What I'm going to be talking about today is something I call organic traffic farming. In other words, monetizing free traffic that comes from social media and Google search results. So, in other words, I'm going to be showing you how to make money online without having any experience whatsoever. Again, you can do this. I'm going to show you how to make money online without having your own product or anything to sell. I know that sounds crazy, but just stick with me. I'm going to show you how to make money online without starting a marketing or consulting agency and without even taking clients. You won't have to answer any phone calls. There's no selling or recruiting, no MLM, no opportunities. You won't have to pester your friends and family or even your followers or anything like that to do anything I'm going to show you. You won't have to spend all day on your phone or computer. You won't have to dance, do skits, be ridiculous, or anything like that. And the best part is you don't have to invest or buy into or partner with anything. So I know what you're thinking. If this is real, where does the money come from, right? As soon as somebody mentions make money online, especially if they use the dirty P word, passive income, right? Everyone thinks that's a scam. Okay, money doesn't come from nowhere, so where does it come from? Well, just like this guy in this box here, if you're using the internet, the money is all around you. This graph over here shows the number of digital buyers worldwide from 2014 to 2021. So I know it might be a little small on your screen, but here it's gone from 1.32, and this is in billions, by the way, with a B, 1.32 billion to 2.14 billion. So not quite doubled, but just about doubled since 2014. Now, what you need to understand is just how many people use the internet. So for example, how many Google users are there? According to Google, there's 1 billion people using Google, searching every day for products and services. So how many people use social media? Well, according to Google, 4.48 billion people are using social media. So just between social media and Google, that's just about 5 billion internet users that you can connect with, that your odds are you're already connected with because you're using the internet just like they are. So the next thing you need to understand for this to work, if you really want to take full advantage of the opportunity that's in front of you here today with the internet and with social media and Google and SEO, you need to understand that humans are addicted and dependent on the internet. And I want to show you exactly what I mean. We use the internet for everything. We use it for maps to find our way around. We do medical stuff, right? You could buy insurance, get healthcare online. People do their savings and investing online. People order food online, they order products online from Amazon, they play games online. Once again, this is more food delivery, this is groceries, whereas Uber Eats is takeout, but you guys get the idea of where I'm going with this, right? People are completely dependent on the internet, completely addicted to it, right? So they're using the internet for travel, to buy plane tickets or a cruise, or to book their vacation, right? People are watching Netflix all day and all night. So people are connected to the internet. What you need to understand is that they are addicted and dependent on it. I mean, just think of yourself. What's the first thing you do in the morning? Odds are within the first 5 minutes of waking up, you check your phone if you're like me and most humans on planet Earth. So that's the first thing you need to understand. Odds are you're already connected all day, which is why I said at the beginning of this, you won't have to really do anything extra that you aren't already doing. So some things you need to understand next are most people consume much more digital content than they create, which means most people are influenced by others more than they influence others. Okay, this is important stuff to understand if you want to make money on the internet. So most people consume more digital content than they create. Most people are influenced by others more than they influence others, which means most people spend money on things they don't need. And most people make zero money online. And hopefully these images illustrate this. You know, when you're consuming too much content, like this Pac-Man here, just eating up social media all day, it's the same as just eating potato chips all day, right? It tastes good, it feels good for a few minutes, but then you regret it because it's ultimately not the healthiest choice you can make. So I want to give you some more detail about what exactly consuming too much content does. First of all, it's a waste of time and money. Second, it can cause depression. It literally alters your sense of reality when you consume too much content because people are fake and deceptive online, right? I'm sure you guys have all seen, whether it's the people posing in front of a rented Lamborghini or whatever it is, people can be fake and deceptive online. And being bombarded with this type of stuff daily can make you feel trapped. It leaves you susceptible to marketing and sales messages. Ultimately, it could lead you down the wrong life path. This is all just from consuming too much content, right? Staring at your phone, staring at the TV. It can cause you to constantly compare yourself to others. And that's, again, where the depression and feeling trapped can come in, because you look and you see all this fake stuff of everybody living their best life, but in reality, they're just like you and I. They have bad days. Even a lot of their days might be bad. And then they have one good day, they post it to social media. But, all you're seeing is just the good stuff. So that can start to take a toll on you. And it literally fills your brain with what others have created, their reality. So that's what I meant in the last slide when I said most people consume more content than they create. And by default, they are literally filling their brain with other people's reality instead of creating their own. So on the other hand, what happens when you create content? Well, creating content can cause feelings of fulfillment and accomplishment. It can help countless people because it literally alters reality for billions of other people online, right? Because they're consuming content, and if it's your content that you're creating, they're consuming your reality, and your reality is now getting imparted onto them. So another thing creating content can do is introduce you to powerful people and build your network. Again, there's like 5 billion people between Google and social media, and odds are a lot of them are people that could help you along in life. So creating content actually can multiply your time and money. We'll get into that a little bit later in the slideshow, exactly how that works. But the last thing you need to know is that creating content literally takes the same amount of time as consuming content. That's where I'm coming from with saying you won't need to do anything extra for this. You're probably already on social media and you're probably already making some posts. So as we go through this, hopefully you'll get the idea of some changes you can make to actually start making money from your posts. So we all have the same amount of time. And regardless of how much time you're spending online, it's limited, right? So there's a couple things we can do with our time. We can consume content and essentially brainwash, right? Because we're accepting other people's reality. Or we can use that same time that we're connected to our phone or our computer to create content and make money. So, right? So there's 2 choices. You can consume content or you can create it. I hope this is all making sense. If it is, I'd love if you dropped a comment just letting me know that you're still with me. So the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time is today. So you have a decision to make right now. And I want to illustrate this for you. You can either make excuses or you can make money. People who make excuses say things like this: I'm too busy. I don't have time for that. I don't know enough to get started. I can't afford to invest in an online business. I tried to make money online, but failed. This works for some people, but not for me. My peers might criticize me. What if people talk shit? I'm too old for social media. I'm not creative enough to do this. I have nothing to sell. I don't have skills or products. Social media doesn't work for my niche. It's boring. Okay? Now I want to approach these same exact problems, these same exact excuses from the mindset of somebody who makes money. Okay? Check this out. So I'm too busy. I don't have time. Someone who makes money approaches this same sentiment by saying, improving my future is my best use of time. Someone might say, I don't know enough to get started. Someone who makes money thinks about that entirely different. I can learn everything I need to know online. I can't afford to invest in an online business. Versus, an online business will earn me passive income for life. I tried to make money online and failed. I will use what I learned to do better this time. Do you see the difference here? I'm hoping this is clear to you guys. This works for some, but not for me. Success is the result of taking specific actions. That's how somebody who makes money thinks about this kind of stuff. My peers may criticize me. Well, the way I think about this stuff, I surround myself with positive people. So I'm not really worried about people who criticize me because they're not the ones who pay my bills. You might be thinking I'm too old for social media, but a successful person thinks age doesn't affect my ability to help others, which is ultimately what's going to bring us money as we go through this process. So you might be thinking I'm not creative enough to do this. Well, I can almost guarantee you that posting to social media is probably easier than any job you've worked. At least that's the case for me. So maybe you're thinking I have nothing to sell. I don't have skills or products that I can monetize. So the alternative perspective of that is I can refer people to products I already use, and you can make money doing that. We'll get into it in just a minute. Social media doesn't work for my niche. So another way to think about that in a positive light is my business has virtually no competition on social media. All right? So two different ways to think about the same thing. And ultimately, if you want to make money online, you need to get your mindset onto this right half. You need to start thinking like this. I can't stress how important this is. So now that you know, lack of action becomes a choice. And so hopefully this drill sergeant gif from Full Metal Jacket expresses that. So you can either make excuses or you can make money, and that's what we're here to do. That's what I want to share with you, and I'm really excited about it. So I know what you're thinking. Show me the money, right? This is all cool, right? The mindset stuff, getting pumped up is great, but where does the money come from? I know that's what you're thinking. So check this out. The first thing you need to understand is that advertisers will pay you to run ads on your content. And what that means is even if I do nothing, I make money every single month from work I've done in the past. So here you could check it out. This is my YouTube impressions over the past year or so here. Almost 1 million people just on YouTube, and this isn't including TikTok or my websites or my blogs or Twitter or LinkedIn or any of that, just on YouTube. And as you can see, I get $100, almost $200 a month just from YouTube. So if all I showed you today was how to make a few hundred extra bucks per month, with the time you're already spending online, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to explain how it works? Just give me a yes in the comments if it would. So, what you need to know is that same content has also earned me thousands of dollars in affiliate commissions. In addition to the ad revenue, it's earned me thousands of dollars in affiliate commissions for multiple products. This is the beauty of it. It's not just one product, multiple. And I create more of this money-making content every single day. So you can see how this starts to pile up. Now what you need to understand is this is not magic. It's actually the opposite of magic. It's a calculated, repeatable process that has reliably worked for millions of people. And just like I have the guy here from Breaking Bad, whether you're doing like him and cooking meth, or whether you're cooking your dinner or you're baking a cake, right? It's all the same. It's a process. There's ingredients, and if you put them in the right order and you follow the process, you get the same result. Well, making money online is no different. So then why do most people fail? It's a good question. Most people fail because they give up too soon. Just like this guy in Full Metal Jacket. If you've seen that movie, you know what happens to this guy. I'm going to be putting this video on YouTube, so I can't say it, but ultimately he brings about his own end in a very unpleasant way. And that's exactly what you're doing to your future of making money online if you quit. So, how long does an average business take to turn a profit? According to Google, it takes 2 to 3 years for a business to be profitable on average. And when they start to make a profit depends on how high their startup costs are. So if most people fail because they give up too soon, and most businesses take 2 to 3 years to be profitable, you can start to see that this is absolutely not a make money overnight type of thing. This is a process and it requires commitment, but it's very achievable. But what if your startup costs were 0? Think about this for a second. If your startup costs are 0 and you aren't spending any more time online, then every single dollar you make is profit. Now, can I blow your mind? If that's not cool enough already, I want permission to blow your mind right now. CPA means you get paid just for driving traffic. And just so you know, CPA stands for cost per action, which means people will pay for leads even if no one buys anything. And this is a screenshot from one of my affiliate offer dashboards where you can see you can get anywhere from $2.25 or $3 per lead all the way up to 90, and some of these offers even go up into the multi-hundreds of dollars just for someone putting in their contact information. Pretty cool stuff. So, do you think you could get somebody to click a link? Does that seem doable? How long do you think that would take you? I'm guessing you aren't thinking in years here. If all you have to do is get somebody to click a link and input their information, I'm guessing that's not going to take you 2 to 3 years to turn a profit, right? Especially if your startup costs are zero and you're already spending time online every single day. I hope you're starting to get excited about this because, like I said, this has really led to some positive life changes for me, and I can't wait to pass them along to you. Is this starting to make sense? Do you start to see how this is something you could do with the time you already spend online? If you do, let me get a yes down in the comments just so I can know that you're still with me. So there's 3 simple steps for making money online. The first step is to find a link to promote. And you're going to do that using Google as well as some tools and different networks I will show you later. Then you're going to create content about your link. That's the second step. The third step is to collect your affiliate commissions, right? I showed you that we can make money just by having somebody input their information. So we find an affiliate link, we create content about it, and we get paid. Pretty simple stuff. So this next slide is something I think is really important. If you can, you must. And this is something I heard recently in one of Grant Cardone's books. He talks about this a lot. If you can, you must. And that's why I have Yoda here from the Star Wars trilogy. Do or do not, there is no try. I know it's corny, but it's super important. Stick with me here. So to illustrate this point, imagine saying to your spouse or your roommate, your girlfriend, your landlord, your children, the bill collector, whatever. Okay, if you're still skeptical on this, imagine saying to your spouse, I know how to make passive income online, but I choose not to, right? Go up to your husband or your wife or whoever you pay rent to or pay bills to and say to them, look them right in the eye and say, I like making less money than I'm capable of. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? I'd rather waste the time I spend online than be productive. I have given up on creating a better future in favor of complacency. Do you see how dumb that sounds? If you say any of these things, you are this guy. And that's the point I want to get across. Even kids, the elderly, and even severely disabled people are doing this stuff. You see them on social media every day. And if you're like me, you probably wonder how such silly, ugly, and even stupid people have such huge audiences, right? Well, that's what I want to break down here for you. The reason is they stayed consistent. That's it. They have been posting every day for years and you haven't. Just like this, if you want to look like this guy instead of this guy, it takes commitment, right? He didn't look like this from doing one workout or even sticking with it for a week, right? To look like this, you have to work out for several years. And if you don't, you look like this guy. It's no different when it comes to making money online, right? If you try once or twice or you try for a week, you're going to end up like this guy. But if you try for a year or 2 or 3 years, then, well, the money you make online can start to seem a lot more like this guy. So that changes today. If you ever want to make money online, this is how you will deliver content from now on. So if we take a look at this wacky, wavy, inflatable, arm flailing tube man here, I want you to think about what happens if you turn off the motor on this guy, right? He's dead. He's going to deflate. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to you and your online business and your profits if you stop posting, if you stop creating content, if you don't stick with this for the long run. So if you continue posting, your reach and income will start to grow under its own weight. Much like a snowball. So you see, as the snowball rolls, it picks up more and more snow and it gains momentum on its own. until it eventually becomes an unstoppable force, crushing everything in its path. And ultimately, your content will do the same thing and earn you money whether you work or not. So you can see once this thing gets so big, it's unstoppable. People are jumping in front of it. It's just smashing through them, running them over. And that's exactly what your content will do after you've been posting for several months or a year. So if all of this is still making sense, and you think it's something you might like to try yourself, please see yourself out now. And the reason I say that is because this doesn't really work for people who try. But it always works for people who do. That is what I'm trying to get across here, and I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. So if you're still with me, I want to give you a gift. I've just shown you exactly how to make passive income, how making passive income online works. Now, I want to give you the tools you need to actually make it happen. So you could check out this link, jamesjernigan.co/tools, and download the list of tools that I use to create and distribute this content to make money online. It's completely free, jamesjernigan.co/tools. You can download the list. Some of the tools are free, some of them you have to pay for, but download the list, check it out, and see what you think. So now, you know what to do, and you have the tools. So what's next? It's time to get started, so that a year from now, you will have an audience of your own, and you can make money by monetizing it. Hooray! So before you go, don't forget this process takes time. If you haven't made money after a week or even a month, that's totally normal. Just keep posting. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Is it possible to make $1 million online overnight? Yes. Is it likely? No. So for perspective, for me, it took me about 2 months to get my first sale doing this stuff. It took me about 6 months to start getting daily sales. It took me almost a year to start earning a full-time living, or in other words, pay all of my bills with what I'm showing you here. So what else has this done for me? Like I said at the beginning of this video, I have no boss. I have no alarm clock. I wake up whenever I want. I have no schedule. I can leave the house and go do whatever I want at any time, and it doesn't affect my income, and I have no one to answer to. I also have no commute. I work from home, or I work from vacation, or I work from anywhere I have internet access, which is the beauty of this. Which means I actually make money while sleeping. If you would have told me that 2 years ago, I would have laughed at you and thought you were insane. I would have thought you were a scammer trying to scam me out of something, because making money in your sleep at face value just makes no sense. But hopefully after this presentation I've gone through and I've shown you how to create content and how much attention and how many people that content can reach, hopefully you're starting to understand how you can be sleeping while people can be finding this content and either inputting their information and making you money, or buying products that make you money, or whatever it is. It starts to snowball and happen around the clock. And I even make money on vacation these days. So I want to make sure that this does the same for you, which is why I have a very special offer for those of you who have stuck with me this far in the video. Over the course of the next year, you will probably have some questions, and you might need a little help staying accountable. That's why I do weekly trainings and Q&A in my private group. So as a thank you for checking out my presentation, I want to make you a one-time offer on a yearly membership to my group, where I talk about SEO and content marketing and making money online. Now, I won't be able to keep this offer open for long, so if you are an action taker, if everything I've showed you here makes sense and you're tired of making excuses and you want to start making money online, now is the time to get started. Like I said, it took me months to get rolling, so now is the time to get started. So for the next 24 hours, you can save over 50% on a yearly membership to my group. So what that means is, instead of paying $1,164 to get the content in my group and get all your questions answered for the next year, you can get all of that for only $497. And the videos, I go live every Saturday at 4 p.m. in Zoom, so you'll be able to be there face to face, in person. You can ask me any questions you have. I'm more than happy to help you. So to take action now, visit my website, jamesjernigan.co, and I will see you Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you even more tips and techniques and over-the-shoulders tutorials about how to make money online by monetizing any content you want. Literally, you can live your best life, do whatever you want, and sell products or get leads for companies or whatever it is you want to do, literally just from your content. So I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I can't wait to see you in my group on Saturday.